Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Lucier here. This is our weekly Tongren Distance healing session. Everyone in the world is invited to put in their requests, either on the website, honesthourwellness.com, in the chat, honesthourwellness.com/weekly, or on social media. Right now, we are on Facebook, and we are also on YouTube. For those of you that are new to us, we welcome you to join and to understand what's going on. This is a TAM healing, Tongren distance healing opportunity for people to be able to receive healing energy. For those of you that don't know what distance healing is, in many ways it's also a quantum idea of universal connectedness and to transmit or share healing energy similar to prayer, but more focused and more powerful, especially since this environment here has an enhanced biophoton field with biophoton generators. So sit, relax, feet flat on the floor, palms face up, and just put in your request or tune in to the healing energy field that we're going to be working with. So let's go. We already have requests, many requests already existing on our website, and we're going to go to those right at this moment. And our first request, and I will mention it, for less prostate and bone cancer, Lucy, SIBO, and histamines. Those are our regulars. And then in addition to that, we'll have Gartor. So let's begin. I teach this. In fact, I'm teaching the Masterclass. If anybody has any experience in Tongren, this Saturday will be an advanced class for everyone. And you can join in for hands-on Zoom workshop. But it's a three-part process that makes it work really well because I've been doing this 25 to 30 years, and there are certain things you can do to make sure the process is effective and beneficial. So this is just a tool. This is a map, a portable map, and this is, in my opinion, a way to focus our mind, to release ourselves from the monkey mind of distractions, and we move forward in our three-part process, which is quite comprehensive. Step one is blood flow to the brain, and the brain is the command center to initialize all of the main functions of the entire body. Primarily the biochemical of the hormones, bioelectrical of the nervous system. And then we have the command center of the link between the brain and the spine and all the other communications. That's the brain stem. And that would be the medulla and the cerebellum, which again is facilitating optimal functionality, communication, and transportation throughout the entire body. So we always have our mantra about blood flow and nerve flow. Activate the nerves, because we are primarily focused on bioelectrical blockages, opening a blockage in the nerves. So we can go right to L3 for the prostate, T1 to T8 for inflammation. And then for Garto, we're going to tap for obesity. And during the process, I oftentimes give supportive recommendations. I'm an herbalist, work with light therapies, focus a lot on core issues like quantum biology and the terrain theory of healing and medicine. So obesity is, usually it's a sluggish liver, the inability to process fat in a normal way, and therefore it will absorb fat, and it creates inflammation. Alzheimer's disease is type 2 diabetes, is regular diabetes from inflammation, insulin resistance. Type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's. And lower back pain, of course, also is the area of the kidneys, probably overtaxed kidneys. So T1 to T8 for the inflammation, T9, the liver, for detox. Bitter herbs, bitter fruits, bitter vegetables, things like that. And welcome, Faris. So thank you, Gartor, for joining us. And we always do a grounding because we flow. And we have the earth with the earthing electrons, and we have the sky with the other one, with the basically the chi of the universe, and we are in between all of these different energies. But the goal is to be grounded, to have a complete circuit of bioelectricity throughout the body. So for varus, glaucoma, and back pain, again, let's just go back to our three-part process quickly. But then as we're going through, we'll focus on glaucoma, the eyes. And I'm not sure if you've ever checked out any of the Ethos Vision eye products from the UK. And back pain and arrhythmias, again, BH Herbals. But we work on the arrhythmias, the heart control, GV17, the medulla. So as you can see, we're very targeted. T5 for the heart. And the sensory cortex and motor cortex, because those are the initializing bioelectricity commanders. And grounding again, CV17 for regulation of the heart chakra, expansion. So one of the things that comes to mind with arrhythmias is electrolytes. So it's really good to balance the electricity. We don't do it through electrons like lights. We do it through electrolytes like sodium, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. So when those are balanced, that's electrical charge. That will also help with your arrhythmia. And a good way to balance those arrhythmias right away is walking barefoot outside for grounding, because that is an electrical circuit, a balancing and regulating electrical circuit. So for Happy Mama and Laura, let's work next. Blood flow to the brain command points. So her request, perfect blood, what does that mean? That means the bone marrow. That means the production of blood for healthy blood counts. Okay, so let's work on T1, the area, or in Chinese medicine we call it Da Zhui. That's a back shu point. And T3 and T7 for the lymph. As always, put in your status of if you're doing better, worse, no change, one of those three. Sometimes you'll yawn from the chi. That happens. T1 to T8 for the immune system, and GB13 right side for Laura for a calm, worry-free mind. Balancing the hormones, GB20, 22, hypothalamus and pituitary. So additional bone points, GB39 for Happy Mama. And grounding for both. And abundance, I always say in Tong, third eye, connecting to our true selves is the ultimate revelation of abundance. And grounding. In Tong is the third eye. And we have Catherine, bonjour, comment ça va? Où allez-vous aujourd'hui? Dorothy. And so for Catherine, tap for macular degeneration and vein integrity. And again, same, two people from different parts of the planet. Same request. Tap for macular degeneration, wet both eyes. It's a common situation. Remember, the arteries and veins of the eyes are the most delicate of the whole body. So let's do it. Ouch point for the eyes. And C3 for the eyes. Blood flow, nerve flow. So blood flow would be carotid artery. Facial artery for the face. C3 for the eyes. And in Chinese medicine, the eyes are connected to the liver. That would be energetics of emotions and fields. Everything's about fields. If you think of everything as in the universe as interconnected fields, and how those fields interact with each other determines how our organs fit in our bodies, how planets rotate around the Earth, how our consciousness drives biophotons. Biophotons are light with intelligence, information. So for GV17 for the veins. And macular degeneration also for Dorothy. So, but Catherine and Dorothy, have you been seeing any improvements? You're both on a different... Oh, you're both on Facebook. Okay, nobody on YouTube at this time, and no errors. Very inconsistent. Last week, all kinds of errors. No YouTube, no Facebook. No fun. Again, the ouch point for Dorothy and Catherine. Blood flow. 3 blood flows for the eyes. Let's do it. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. In many ways, a yawn is the activation of the vagus nerve. Not uncommon, even in martial arts, when you enhancing the available chi in the environment, martially or for healing as well. Okay, next we have Edna and Relaxed Gem. So Edna, weak left arm, which is the nerves to the arm. Left foot drop, weak right ankle, and I think I sent you some information on that as well. Blood flow to the brain. Have you better, worse, no change, doing any better? Command points of the brain. Our upcoming podcast is about carpal tunnel. Have people here been watching any of the podcasts? I'm sure there's a lot of people. We looked at it today. The podcasts, blogs, and starting tonight, reels. command points of the brain, brain stem. Brachial plexus for the arms. Brachial plexus for the arms. Lumbosacral plexus for the legs, including the left foot drop. Wheatgrass, I think you got some of the wheatgrass balm. How's that going? Vertigo, GV17. MS, T1 to T8. And we don't want to skip C6, C7, husbands, thyroid nodules, sea vegetables, and iodine. You can turn that around. And the hole in your granddaughter's heart. Remember too, we are holographic. So that hole may look from a matter or visual perspective, energetically, just as if you take a leaf from a plant and cut it in half, you will have the energetics of the entire leaf still, and that will be the same for the heart as well, I believe. And let's work on the heart, CV17. T5. Again, C6, C7 for the thyroid nodules, T5 for the granddaughter's heart. And grounding. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know you're here. Laura is doing great, which is perfect. You're watching me on YouTube. Wow. Okay. Happy Mama. Awesome to see you. Great to get your support. Means a lot. Vision vacillates. That is a feedback about the eyes for Catherine. NAC drops. Have you tried those? They're antioxidants for the eyes, also good for cataracts. And let's continue. Good for you, Laura. And Edna, we hope you're doing better. Relaxed Gem and Radiant Pioneer. Blood flow to the brain. Rickets, Epstein-Barr virus, immune boost, and peace of mind. Okay? Tong for peace of mind, calming the mind. Liquid silica for the rickets. Liquid silica, vitamin C would be a way to go. Take care of that. T1 to T8 for the immune system and EBV. But let's work on specific things for the bones. T1 for the bones in the Da Chui. TB39 for the bones and bone marrow. And we'll do a complete craniosacral fluid tune-up for Happy Mother, Happy Mama, and others. And Chris Marie, remove all cancers from the body. Things like that can be done systemically through adding a lot of oxygen into the body to alkalize. Simple ways are something developed by Tesla in 1895. Ozonated magnesium oxide. Number 2 would be baking soda wraps. You put baking towels with baking soda, boil it, make it really warm, and then wrap a person in those completely. Other things are pH adjust, which are baking sodas, all these different things. And hyperbaric chambers. Okay, small airway disease. Did you say that is bronchiectasis? So cancer, oxygen, phrenic nerve, CV17, lung 1, lung 2. Longer space between eating, intermittent fasting for autophagy, autophagy, to clean up stuff. And Radiant Pioneer is here, sending us a message. Small airway disease, lungs, lung 1, lung 2, we did that. Large right pleural effusion, I recommend to get your lungs back into gear, resistance breathing. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1 for fatigue, T1 to T8, as well as the immune system. And down in the lower area, endometrial, peritoneal, and liver T9, 10, 11, 12. Right lung T3, right side. Be very specific. Peritoneum, L1 to L5, S1 to S5. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And Del, good evening. Lungs and respiratory system, what's going on, kid? Blood flow to the brain. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem, and all of those that deal with lungs and respiratory systems. Yeah, let me know, Dal, what's going on. Might be an opportunity for resistance breathing. T3 for the lungs. T6 for the diaphragm. And lung 1, lung 2 for Del, and CV17 and the phrenic nerve. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Let me know how you're doing, Del. Wise local. I'm going to put this on low. Jim's blood pressure improving and starting to decrease one of his 2 meds. Yes. Lily C. Adult insulin needed, kidney failure, needed dialysis. Castor packs on the kidneys, 10 to 20% fat in the diet. Bitter herbs for the liver to better metabolize fat through the bile system. And long COVID, herbal remedy called foreign protein cleanse, global healing. Okay, let's continue. Left eye periorbital cellulitis, that's low to the brain. For Caddy F, welcome. Periorbital cellulitis, that's an inflammation. I would put castor oil on your outside on your eyelids. That'll help. We'll work on that too. Out point for the eyes. T3 for the eyes. T1 to T8 for itis, inflammation. And welcome, Mystical Guru, Joanna. And L3 for Jim D. Castor oil packs for pretty much everyone. Liver, alternate liver and target area. Liver, prostate. Liver, prostate. And the bones, T1, GB39, also for less. We will do a complete CSF tune-up for everyone right now, anyone dealing with bones. So, cranial sacral fluid governs the bones. It manages and nutrifies the bones. So we start with the crystal palace. This is a Chinese medicine perspective. From an anatomy and physiology perspective, it is about the ventricles, which are pumps. Pump 1, 2, 3, and 4. Craniosacral fluid down the spine in its loop. In Chinese medicine, that is the microcosmic orbit. T1 Da Jui for the bone marrow. Lumbar 1 to 5 for the circuit round trip. Mingmen L2. Da Jui, the most yang to the Hui and most yin. Tailbone 1 to 4. Sacrum S1 to S5. T1 for sure bones. Right shoulder, brachial plexus to the shoulder. Again, T1 for the bones. High blood pressure, GV17. Calcium deposits in the blood, that's because of acidity. And if you're concerned, you can also do a coronary artery calcium test, CAC test, to test how severe it might be. Key factors of pH, alkalinity, for everything. Emily C., ovarian cancer, I would use castor oil packs on the womb area with essential oils of frankincense. And to the lungs, lung 1, lung 2, and T3. And a healthy pregnancy, L1 to L5, S1 to S5. And you're welcome, Joanna, and you have OCD, which would be GB13 right side, GB13 left side. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. You're welcome, Tracy and Chris Marie. Caddy F has Down syndrome. Okay, thank you for that. And we will work some more on that for Caddy F. And let's check in on Dell. Okay, so sounds like some shedding going on. Absolutely. Yep, shedding going on. Foreign protein cleanse from a company that's in Paris, actually France. I suggest it for both of you. Foreign protein cleanse from the Global Healing Company. If you can't find the source, I used it when I bought materials, supplies for cleanses in France before. I know the woman, I can give you her contact. But you need to cleanse that out. That is shedding for sure. Blood flow to the brain. CV17. Inhalation of lavender or oregano to cleanse the lungs directly through steam tents. But let's work on that. T3 for the lungs. Let's do a complete lung workup, lung and diaphragm workup. Phrenic nerve, lung 1, lung 2, GV17. Clay baths, detox. Cleansing juices. Binders. Proteolytic enzymes, serrapeptase enzymes. Keep me informed how that's going. Definitely shedding. Shedding is a scientifically proven situation. It's not a myth, not a conspiracy theory, it's a thing. Grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. Yep, I'll get you the, remind me if I forget the foreign protein cleanse. I'll even, yeah, you can ask if you'd also maybe remind me in the community chat area. That way I'll remember it as well. And we can share that information with others. For those of you that do not know, we do no longer qualify for Instagram live streaming. We don't have enough followers. So we will do other things instead. So let's work on Eager Stranger, Brave Self. Let's look to the brain. Eager Stranger, Hashimoto's tune-up. So GV20, 22, hypothalamus, pituitary, C6, C7, the entire network of endocrine glands. C6, C7, and the throat chakra area. Charging the battery, CV4 for Eager Stranger. Stomach 36 for charging the battery, or energy in general, Zhusan Li. 3 miles more. and Brave Self, and Ashika. Happy Thursday! Loud and clear, AV, great. G, MB, tumors. Blood flow to the brain. You can always spell those out for other people that are watching as well, so they will understand what MB is for. So tumors and gallstones. Cancer is a hypoxia trigger, triggering cancer genes to form. Release muscle atrophy. I would massage cayenne pepper and castor oil into the muscles. Big time. Lower eyelid springs. I think you probably tried the castor oil on the eyelids. Continue to do that. That'll increase circulation and blood flow. Are they improving? Left mid-shaft humors. Let's work on that. I know that one personally. I broke mine in 4 places. And yes, it can cause radial nerve palsy. And left muscle atrophy. So let's work on nerve flow, blood flow to those muscles. Microbiome for vitamin D and vitamin B12 absorption. And lymph, right axillary lymph, right armpit, autoimmune condition T1 to T8. Knees and elbows. So let's work on the elbows. Brachial plexus to the elbows. Lumbosacral plexus to the knees. Bladder 54. Digestion, cholesterol, sugar, microbiome. T11, T12, L4, L5, and for cholesterol, T9, right side. Calm mind, GB13, right side. Additionally, for cholesterol, spleen, gallbladder, bile duct. And SIDS in hormonal and emotional balance, acne, GB20, 22, hypothalamus, pituitary. T4 for the skin. And balancing hormone and emotional balance, GB20, 22, hypothalamus and pituitary, and that will also impact emotional balance, but let's work GB13, right side. And Brave Self, sending us a message. And if she's not here, we'll do it And Ashika, overall growth. Growth hormone, GB20. Brain, bones, mobility. Blood flow, 3 parts. Same for Augustina. Brain cancer. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital artery. Speech making, so Broca and Wernicke areas of the brain. Leukemia. Through body work, the woman who cured 5,000 kids with leukemia, there's a specific technique for leukemia, which I also use in my practice. Okay. And we will, from a Tongren perspective, we work on the bone marrow. And we've had good results with leukemia. Craniosacral fluid of the brain, T1, the bone marrow. L3 for the ovarian focus. Right breast tumor, T3, right side. Tumor surgery, if there are scar tissues, yarrow for scar tissue cleanup. If there are meds from chemo, after the chemo, there is clay as a binder for chemo cleanup and radiation. And you're welcome for the treatment. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And someone gave a donation. Thank you very much. You can include the long name. It's probably annoying, but it's good to include it there because when we look at it, it is attached to or donated to sort of the collective unconscious field so that we can all support you in that way. Applying castor oil outside of the eyelids, great. Please show how to apply on eyelids. Just a couple of eye drops. Close your eyes, a couple of eye drops while facing up. Would be good cayenne pepper and castor oil massaging, but atrophy is still taking place. Okay, so you're using cayenne pepper and castor oil massaging. All right, let's think that through. What more can we do? Electric acupuncture would be a good option. I use that in my injury. Acupuncture in general will be really good for it. Electric acupuncture even more so. Sunny gem, mold, smoke. And let's work on the kidneys. For the kidney failure, kidney herb. There's a triple blend of kidney herbs from Healthwise, a brilliant doctor that I collaborate or speak with on a regular basis. T1 to T8. Detox from mold, smoke, and chemicals. Long COVID, T1 to T8. Long COVID, lung cleansing, NAC, zinc, quercetin, hypoxia. Let's do an oxygen workup. Phrenic nerve, lung 1, lung 2, and CV17. Lily C, Texas. CV17 for lungs and sinuses. C3, C4 for the sinuses, and T1 to T8 for lungs, infections, and liver health, T9. Tooth issues. I'm finalizing information with a vendor for hydroxyapatite toothpaste, and looks like gummies. Nano hydroxyapatite for tooth issues. 75% of cavities will fix themselves if they have the minerals. It's like any other part of the body. It fixes itself. Tooth cavities are not a final condition. They change, like everything. So jumping to fillings all the time is not always the best option, because you're drilling and you're losing part of that teeth even more than as if you hydrate or use minerals like liquid silica, vitamin C, the core elements of all tissue in the body. You can reverse that. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Also on Instagram, we're going to start tonight. We will have our Tongren points to ponder target. It's a reel, Tongren reels. That sounds good. Let me know your thoughts about other names. Third time, if you've tuned in, stroke recovery continues. Hands are warming up. Yes, after a year of them being always cold. Yes, yes, yes. Candida, gut dysbiosis, grief, and blood pressure still in a healing process for him. For the gut, aloe vera juice, healing, cooling, all these different things. Okay, so I'm going to look into the Pascalite tooth powder. That sounds like a great option. Oh, clay. It's clay-based. Yes. I use clay extensively for all of my patients. So thank you very much for that great info. And I will research that. So let's work. So stroke. So full wise local blood flow to the brain. Hands warming up. That means it's getting to the extremities. Get this going. Get this going. You can massage castor oil and cayenne pepper into the extremities as well. It will bring more circulation to the target area. Good luck with all that. That's going in the right direction. T1 to T8. No more cold. Microbiome for candida, gut dysbiosis, grief, T11, T12. blood pressure, GB17, beet juice, kvass, fermented beet water, beet juice as well. Plain and fermented beet juice. T11, T12, L4, L5, dysbiosis. And grounding to liver 3, kidney 1, yes, I have an herbal remedy for eye soaks. Pascalite, the I'm going to look up that company. There's a company I use, Vitality Herbs and Clay. Also. Okay, so let's check. It's about to rain here. I can hear it, which would be great because it's about 135 degrees. Catherine, so mellow. Mellow yellow today. And grounding to liver 3. Mellow, mellow. And then clearing. And then we'll do some Qigong for everyone. Okay, some Qigong, which literally means energy work. Blessings to everyone. Your homework, don't give up. There's some basics we talk about a lot. Castor oil packs, oxygen therapies, colon cleanses, clay. These are the basics. These are the basics. In addition to Tongren. Tongren is crazy good. And frequency medicine before your very eyes. I encourage all of you to join the Tongren Masterclass on Saturday if you can make it. That'd be great. We also have Twina, kind of a masterclass coming up August 30 in person in Dedham, Massachusetts. So we will be doing that. I just finished a 3-day workshop in Vermont. It was horrible. It was in the woods. It was beautiful. It was great weather. There was a river. There were beautiful people. It was awesome. So all good stuff. Keep up the good work. Sunrise, sunlight. I watch the sunrise every morning. Have a great day. Blessings. Rapid health for all of you. You're doing great. Keep up the good work.